couple of things before I launch into this financial story. We've heard it said, we didn't put this among the things that we had heard, but we've often heard, all of us have often heard about the horrible scandals. I've read in the paper that this is the most scandal-ridden time in our political history and so forth and so on. Alexander Hamilton published a booklet, paid for it himself, and the burden of the book was that he had had an affair, was continuing to have an affair, this was when he was Secretary of the Treasury, with the wife of a pretty notorious financial bit of pond scum named Reynolds, wife named Maria Reynolds. And he published this book and distributed it widely. The reason why he did that was because some members of Congress had come to him with the Inside the Beltway story. This is about 1791. The Inside the Beltway story that his relationship with Mr. Reynolds involved some kind of conflict of interest, and that he and Mr. Reynolds were both making significant money out of Mr. Hamilton's activities as Secretary of the Treasury, because the money had passed from Mr. Hamilton to Mr. Reynolds, and Alexander Hamilton hastened to say, no conflict of interest here at all. The point is that I'm having an affair with his wife. And he came to me when he found out about this and said that really he thought that he was entitled to some compensation. And so we arrived at a figure which was 50% of my salary as Secretary of the Treasury. James Madison was accused of being impotent during his time in the White House, which explained, people said, why Dolly Madison was carrying on with the French chargé d'affaires. What kind of affairs was not in anybody. Honey Fitz, John Kennedy's grandfather, was driven out of a congressional race by Jim Curley, who advertised that he was going to give a lecture on great lovers of history from Cleopatra to Toodles. The problem was that Honey Fitz had a girlfriend who went by the nickname of Toodles. Not exactly fresh news that we get these days. The other comment that we hear from people a lot is that everything's so nasty now. I mean, everybody says these horrid things about each other. John Adams called Alexander Hamilton the bastard brat of the Scottish peddler. Thomas Jefferson said about Adams that he hates everybody. So perhaps some honest opinion may be extracted, says Jefferson of Adams, from poisonous weeds. So these people didn't like each other at all. As a matter of fact, Martha Washington named one of her tomcats Hamilton.